I'm so sorry about that. I'm gonna try and continue the video up from that happen. I had too many videos saved on my phone. I usually delete them once I put them up on YouTube, and I haven't been doing that for a while, so it shut down. It shut down my phone. But the trick to that is, if you're having this trouble, you have to delete your videos, and then you have to go into your trash can and delete them out of your trash can because it's still on your phone. So it's actually on your phone twice. That's why it beats up your space because it's on there twice. Um, yeah, do that. And I just did that, so hopefully it'll go better. I'll post that other one, and just I'm not ready to start editing yet, but I do got to get there. I do got to start doing some editing on this stuff. But like I said, I got too many sticks in the fire, too much um, uneven whatever's going on. I'm waiting for that van. I'm kind of anxious about that. I just gotta get stuff moved along. I get better. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the I'm trying not to insult the church, but I tell you what, the church seems to be stepping in its own waste, if you will. Um, and they're hypocrites by default. But what you and I have to realize is that the teaching that's right within that mess, glean from it what's correct. Don't don't take all the trash. Right now, it's like walking through a big city where there's homeless people. Well, you're gonna just throw them away because they're homeless? No, they're humans. You know, people ask, "Oh, what's your nationality? Or where do you live?" I'm on Earth. I'm a human. It was funny. I was doing my paperwork for South Dakota, and it asks, what detective it asks, "Oh, what state do I wish to register my truck in?" After all this paperwork about going to South Dakota, that was an actual question because it's got to be a statement of fact or something like that. I want to register my truck so I can drive it on planet Earth. On that, I have no idea where I want to be right now. I don't want to be anywhere. But on that thought, I want to be everywhere. I want to be able to go wherever I want or wherever the Lord's going to lead me to, you know. And back to that excellent guy Jesus. Okay, and somebody else had said on YouTube. I heard it. I won't mention who said it yet. I haven't proved them yet, but they mentioned that Jesus was the ultimate nomad. And think about that. He was. He stated um, something, either the animals have a place to stay or something like that, or people have a place to stay, but the Son of Man has no place to stay. Nobody gave him a space in this world, ever, not even for 5 minutes. He had to go sleep out in the woods or wherever he ended up sleeping. Nobody knows where he slept. Okay, he was a human. He had to have rest. He wasn't. He put aside all of his powers. He did this just like you and I. Okay, you gotta get that in your head. Okay, you gotta realize that this isn't a game. This isn't a joke. This isn't a scam. Okay, and we believe that this fiat system is the best thing since sliced bread. This thing has destroyed more lives in the last 100 years than I think all of history before this. Even in the Roman days, they had more respect for people than this. Okay, um, but now we just walk over people. I just watched that movie Fun with Dick and Jane. That was a spoof on the 2008 crash, and all these hotshot freaking guys screwed you and I that didn't know anything, trusted them they were going to do right with our money, like they said they were going to do, and they walked away with our money instead. How come they're not in jail? Because they're part of the elite. They're the mini elite, as the big elite, the bankers. Like one of the banks owns this YouTube platform. Another banker owns what's the other one? TikTok. The other one will own I can't think of the other ones, but at the moment, but everybody uses. But you get these bankers that are this is all just bank fights. But anyways, I'm sorry. I'm going back into my politics and my fiat psychosis. Yeah. But back to Jesus. Let's focus on what the truth is. Okay. Jesus was the ultimate nomad, and it is true. He had no place to stay. but yet he was free to roam wherever he wanted. He came and went where he wanted. God provided for him, and this is my future life is going to be just that. He's going to provide the job that I need, or the funding that I need, or whatever it's going to be. I'm going to do what I need to do, but I'm not going to get a job because that's what the system says to go and do. I'm not going to go, when I get a girlfriend, necessarily go get remarried because that's what the system says to do. Okay, because the system wants you married so they can charge you all kinds of money, and now you're in the system. You get a legal document saying that you're now in the system. You're married according to the state, so now you have to ask permission from the state to do anything. When I just want to be with somebody, I don't want all this shenanigans. I mean, you think about it. The only thing they can't tax right now is sex. That because you know why they don't have to tax it? Because they get everything else after that. Everything else after that. You tax with your medical. You tax with your fees. You tax with your extra car. You tax with all the baby stuff you need. All this process just for a baby coming into the world that the system wins on. And that's fine. That's all well and fine. They can choke on it. I gotta sit up. I feel like I'm laying down. Well, I am. This is my back door. I got my bathing suit stuffed in the corner to keep the wind from coming in. But it ain't bad tonight. We got a kind of a mild night, although we have snow coming in. But I think we'll get more rain than snow. I think it's gonna be tonight's supposed to be about 40, I think. But anyways, so yeah, Jesus was never a preacher. Jesus was a teacher, and that's what everybody gets mixed up, or just assumes that preacher teaches the same thing. I don't put it in the same category. A preacher, if they preach a certain way, you call them a bullshit artist. Sorry, it's I'm not a talker of I'm not gonna be nice. I'm gonna say it how it is, as ugly as it may sound, and I'm not bitter. I'm not mad at anybody. Because I mean, I experienced, like I said, I was in my house, I was in my house alone, and I had a big 45-minute fight with the Lord, not whether He's real or not, what was happening in my life, why was this happening, what the hell's going on, what's wrong. I never for a minute in that 45 minutes, I was ranting and raving. I was a truck driver, and I had the mouth to go with it. I swore like a drunk sailor. It was bad. I had my mother, my mother one time, she goes, I says, hey, Ma, how to blank are you? She's like, Daniel. I'm like, what? And she was like, why do you say it like that? I go, why the F not? And it was just, just stupid ignorance, not. So, I mean, there'll be times where I may, and I don't want to, but there may be times that I think the only word to get the point across might be of vulgarity. I don't want the words flying freely. There's a guy that I kind of don't watch because he just lets them whip, and I'm like, and then he claims all this stuff, and I'm like, I just don't want to. I don't want to go to that level of it with it, But what I'm trying to get out there is, and you got to do your own. Again, I'll reiterate: do your own research. That Bible is not. You got to get your shit together. Yes, you got to get your shit together, but the comfort is in that is you can't. You can't get your shit together. You have to give it to the Lord. You got to give all your ugly, give all your nastiness, whatever it is that there's always something we're doing in our life that we don't like. You got to give that to the Lord. Just give it to Him. He says He wants your ashes, and He'll give you His beauty. Who would not do that trade-off? You know what I mean? It's like my truck. The name of my truck was Beauty for Ashes. That when I got it in 17, I got it at a great price. I thought it was totally the Lord doing it, and it was. But what I've also learned is what He gives, He also will take away. He'll give it to you for a time. He may give it to you forever. But don't bang like my late wife. I mean, I'm still like, I had a wife. Why do I gotta go through this shit again? You know, why can't we just get our act together? Why couldn't we just, and then why did she have to die in the middle of all that going on? I mean, COVID hit, just messed up our whole financial situation, and we're not in the best of, we're not in the best of predicaments. But I mean, um, I got a job 20 days after she passed away. The job that we had going out there to go get. I mean, the Lord could have made it happen sooner. The devil was trying to not make it happen, and the devil was fighting that one the whole time I was there. I got proof of that. That he was just at the end of my time there. I just me and the person I was having trouble with, he said he didn't trust me. And I'm like, well, why did you not trust me? He goes, I don't know. He goes, I'm young. He was one of the managers there. And he goes, I'm young. He goes, I thought you were coming in there to take my job and all that, because I was hearing rumors about somebody coming in. All of a sudden, you show up. I'm like, dude, I've had management jobs. I have no interest in it. I don't care how much money they throw at me. Put me in the truck. Tell me what to do, and I'll go do it all day long. Just leave me the hell alone after that. It's not hard what I got to do. And I'm like, all that planning and stuff you guys got to do, you can have it. I've been there. I've done that. It's I don't have a lot of respect for managers, but I have more respect for a manager that understands his position, not a manager that's trying to create his position better than what it really is. Just be the manager. Make sure everybody's doing the job the right way. Like we had a couple of truck drivers that were, I run the I was running a Cat 745. That was fun. That's pretty fun stuff. Um, and the rule is you're supposed to stay about 4 truck lengths away from each other. That's what they said. All of a sudden you get these guys. I mean, I can see him picking his nose in my rearview mirror, which aren't very big on those trucks. I'm like, how come I can see my rearview mirror? I shouldn't be able to see who's driving that truck. Well, maybe you're gonna speed up. I got my freaking foot to the floor. This thing ain't going any faster. Why is this guy up my butt? You know. And then there's a guy. One guy was driving really slow. I mean, this guy was actually falling asleep at the wheel. I'm like, how the hell? That's how boring that job is. But it's like, so we got him to pep up, and he goes, yeah, it's better if I drive a little fast. I pay attention more. But and we were in a quarry, so it wasn't bad. I mean, there was definitely some danger to it, but I mean, we had to definitely watch each other, especially certain guys had to keep an eye on them. But the fast guys were always mad at the slow guys. It's like, dude, slow down. And I told him, I told him multiple times, I said, why don't you just make a rule of no faster than 20 miles an hour? I go, then we won't be on top of. We all show up at the excavators at the same time, and because the excavator takes a minute to load you. You get 5 trucks lined up. That's a minute, a minute, a minute, a minute. We're all going back. By the time we trudge up the hill and get up there, we're all up each other's butt again. So if we all lock each other down to 20 miles an hour, top speed, you go as fast as you want up to 20. But once you hit 20, don't go past 20. Naturally, will spread out. But he couldn't get the concept of it. He saw loads. He wanted to be, again, these guys all want to be heroes. I got the most loads, and I'm the manager here, and I got more loads out of the pit than any other manager ever did over here. It's like, whatever with all that stuff. It's like, come on, Why is it, okay, when inflation goes up, your money deflates? If inflation stays the same for 20 years, your money stays the same low number. If inflation goes up 10%, your money, without question, without going to your boss, without doing nothing, should go up 10%. It's all the same fiat system, right? When has God levied a tax on the human race? He has yet to do it. He didn't say that apple tree or that pear tree or that banana tree, you're gonna pay me more money. He hasn't said that yet. Land going up through the roof. We put a value on it, like well, people need it. Well, now we can make more. Why don't we get rid of the money system? The money system is the corrupter. Again, I'm gonna show you my mess, okay? Because I'm living in a mess. See that thing, that little round thing? That's a cantaloupe. I'm gonna do a video of me cutting open that cantaloupe, and I ain't gonna. I will maybe have to do a couple of videos on that, or maybe I'll have to cut it, clean it, count it, and then I'll do a video on it, like cutting it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that because I don't have the I don't have the patience for editing yet. Because I want to get the stuff out more than I care about its quality. Sorry to say, and I know that means a lot to everybody watching because all this ranting and raving I'm doing just kind of sticks around, you know. But I God gave us everything we need. We from Adam and Eve on, we've had famines and all that. You know why we've had famines? Some of them were brought on by the devil, but we we don't have to be back to back famines like we're doing, and all this. Oh, we're having trouble. What they say? Oh, now they're picking on the pet food now. My brother and my sister, my two brothers and my sister are going through that with their pets. Every time they see pet food, they're grabbing it because it's like there's been a shortage of it. You know, it's like there shouldn't be a shortage of anything. I was just out in Oklahoma. There's freaking 5,000 cows in one field just walking around having babies all day long. There's freaking 5 babies born every day in the cow fields. There is no shortage. God's providing. We're blocking it. And you know how? And that's you and I, because we gave these Amazons, Walmarts, Pelosi's, Trump's, Republicans, Democrats, all these powerful people, basically handed them our balls. Sorry, ladies, I know you don't have them, but same idea. We handed them all of our power because we're lazy, and we are, because we don't want to pay attention. And now this monster's too big. This is why knowledge will increase. When knowledge increases, evil increases. When evil increases, corruption increases. When corruption increases, unfortunately, good goes by the wayside. I mean, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this truck trailer life. Now it's going to be converted into a Class B camper life. Starting next week or the week after, I'll be getting going on that. And again, like I said, I ran the van the other day. I had to get it weighed, and the thing's running really nice. I mean, it ran great. The motor that ran fantastic. I was like very happy with that. It needs a paint job and all that, but I don't. I less care about that. I'll get to that eventually. I want to use the lizard system because that's a ceramic system and that reflects the heat. Um, and the guy did the lizard, and then he top coated it with the what's the other one? Um, uh, oh man, lizard and rhino. I think it's a rhino. He put on that, I think, and he did the lizard first for the ceramic because that keeps the heat out of the cab. He did it to his floors, but then one guy did it to his whole outside of his vehicle, and then he put the other stuff on top of that. He said it worked great. They work great together. It keeps the heat out of the cab a whole lot more, and even the ceramic tint does the same thing. You could buddy's my buddy's brother-in-law out in Oklahoma had it, and we were having 110-degree days. I got on his truck. I go, boy, that thing's cool in there. I go, when did you have that thing running? He's like, that's been sitting there all day. I go, what do you mean? He goes, you didn't just have that running with the AC on? He goes, nope. Because I haven't had that running all day. I go, why the hell is it so cool? He goes, I got a ceramic tint. He goes, the ceramic tint reflects all the heat right out of the cab. It won't even let it absorb into the cab. It's like, no kidding. So on the other point of that, inside the cab, it ought to keep the heat in more, not letting it go through the roof, you know. So I'm gonna give it a shot when I do that van, see how that goes, you know. Um, but yeah, I mean, just thinking about that, I was even thinking about the the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay, you know why we have such trouble with that tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Is because God never gave us the power to have the knowledge of good and evil. Now we are subject to make our own decisions on what that would mean. We don't have the power to control it. We don't have the power to handle that kind of technology, if you will. Okay, yeah, it's a tree with plants on it. Yep, that's a technology. God said it was. He said, if you eat from that tree, you will die. He knew that was going to be like crack cocaine to us, that tree, and it was going to destroy the human race. And that's why he had to put his door in place inside of this system that we're running in now for a way out. That's all Jesus is, just a way out of this system. It's just if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. No big deal. It's no skin off my back if you don't believe it. But for me to lay in bed all night and think about this stuff and not put it on a video to say that, no, this is what I think, and he's not a hard guy to follow. Give all you to him, and he'll give all him to you. And you're not above your master. So we're gonna go through some stuff, whether you accept him or not. You're gonna go through the stuff. You're gonna go through the stuff. There is no protection here, as far as because we are here to learn. We are here to learn why we're in this position. Not who the hell put us in this position. Again, look in the mirror. You did. And if you did, you weren't there for Adam and Eve. You weren't there for that problem. But you look in the mirror and you tell me that you handled everything honorably every day. When that person tried to steal your position at work, or cut you off, or stole the last loaf of bread at the store that you needed, or they're hoarding all kinds of food because there's a pandemic coming through, or they're hoarding all the pet food because there's a shortage of pet food. Everyone's buying it up because when there's a shortage, people panic and they just buy more. My pet's not gonna die of starvation. You can go buy a damn freaking piece of meat and cook it up and feed the thing. Everybody's like, it's gonna have vitamins, all this other stuff in it. When did all that start happening? The supplements have to be in all this food. That just happened the last 100 years. I mean, we had Frankenstein medicine the last 500 years, and we're going back to Frankenstein medicine with these idiots trying to run these hospitals. I mean, they were showing on Fun with Dick and Jane the whole list of like Enron and all those financial things that went bad, whatever, Calm and all that stuff. There was medical things in that list too. Something health. I'm like, never noticed that before, because you weren't told it. You weren't told the truth. And it's just kind of funny how we don't look at the little detail. Oh, what the hell was I looking at the other day? And I said, man, I never noticed that there until such and such happened. Now I see it, and I can't remember that. But if it comes up to me, I'll do a video. I'll do something on it, or add it into something I'm talking about. But life's gonna happen. Life's gonna happen. It's gonna happen all day long and all night long. I had the wackiest dream last night, but I had watched that Alaskan guy. He does a lot of snowmobiling, and he's got that house on the back of his F350. I think it's a 1 ton. It's got to be a 1 ton what he has on there. But he's got that. He built that house on it, little house thing. He's got that weird wood stove in it. But I was watching him, and oh my god, I lost my train of thought on that one too. Now, wow. What the hell was I even bringing him up for? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know why I brought him up now. Wow. Took me too long to think about it. Anyways, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I mean, I love snowmobiling, so that's why I like watching his program. So I subscribed and all that. I watched a whole bunch of them too. But forget him. I don't know why I brought him up, but maybe it'll pop back in my head. But Jesus is not the problem is people don't believe it. The Catholic Church kind of went Sadducee, Pharisee, religious. Went Ten Commandments. Though we have to achieve the Ten Commandments. We don't have to achieve the Ten Commandments. We've already failed that. That ship has sailed. It's over. We failed the Ten Commandments. That's what he listed. When Moses came off the mountain, it wasn't a list of 10 things we got to get right. It was a list of failures. These are the failures on the human race. These are where the human race failed. Okay? That's where we failed. This is why we need that door, Jesus Christ. That door is ordained by God to have come in such a time as it did for it to be in place when he's here. Now, we're fortunate. We get to look back at history, which screws us up just as bad as if they were looking forward, not seeing anything, like, hoping that this is going to be right. They had to wait. I wonder why that blanket's ripped over there. I don't remember that being ripped. Oh well. Throw it away when it goes bad, whatever. But I don't make the rules. These are just the rules I believe. Believe it or not, it's not a big deal. All I'm saying is don't get hooked up in religion. Don't get hooked up in I gotta do. No, you don't gotta do nothing but trust. Trust. You have to trust that God sent his son to save the world like he said, and that he already came, and we're 2,000 years into it, and it's about to get wrapped up. There's nothing nobody can do anymore. The churches ain't doing nothing for anybody. They're collecting all the money on the people, and they're like the United Way. You're lucky if 9 cents is getting out to the people that actually need it. I just gave my sister 2 jackets, right? They're in the. I'm a big guy. I need an extra large. Sometimes a 2X is better, but actually a 1X is pretty good on most of them. I'm not a fat guy. I only weigh 210. I'll call it 210. I got a bit of a belly, and I got my man boobs. Like everybody at my age, well, except for the guys that like to work out and stuff. But I just I like to walk. I'll get back to it. Spring's coming. I'm gonna make a point to go to parks and do some walking around. I'll have my van. I can just park it and do whatever, But right now, just I get kicked in the teeth pretty hard with the last. Well, it's been 8 months since my wife passed away now, so kind of had to snap out of that little. I'm thinking it was just a month ago. For like the longest time, I was like, oh my God, a month ago. It's been 8 months now, and it's time I get over myself. That's why I'm gonna give it maybe the month of April. Either that wedding dress moves, I'm donating it. I'm done. I'm gonna start cycling stuff out. It moves in the next 30 days, or I just get rid of it. Tools too. I'm just gonna, who wants them, come and get them, because it's like I'm not hanging on to this stuff no more. I gotta get this trailer cleaned up, cleaned out, re-put back together the way I kind of had it set up before. I'm back on a twin. But I wanted to show that I have the side that opens up, just in case somebody is interested in that. But I don't know. I just got to basically got to be moved out of here and whatnot. But Jesus was not a difficult man to follow. He really isn't. If you take away. I gotta do right. I gotta get better. I gotta instead say, you know what? I can't, but I know who did. Jesus did everything we failed on. And if you accept him as your Lord and Savior, it's like you did it too, without even doing it. Actually, you did it even with your daily failures. And don't worry about your strongholds. Worry about the simple pride, the simple ego, the simple I gotta have such and so, because I'm not gonna be living on the side of the road or in a camper, all alone or whatever. It's like, who cares? There's some people happiest life living in a Prius, happiest life living in a camper, happiest life living in an RV. Um, that guy Jeffy Bear up in Canada, he just got both his legs amputated because he had sugar, diabetes. Just lost both his legs. He's a full-time camper guy, so he's in quite a pickle right now. But I believe you're gonna see something amazing come out of that guy very shortly down the road. But he's got a bit of a road ahead of him, so we need to be praying for that guy. He's a genuinely good guy. He really is. And Chrome's got him. I think Chrome's gonna help him out as much as he can. But you gotta be careful how much you help people too, because you can help them to the point where they don't grow on their own. They're growing. And that's the crutch of the church that I am concerned about. When you end up going to this church, I'm safe. Oh, I got a church. Oh, I'm all happy now. Oh, I'm under an umbrella. I'm in a cocoon. The devil can't touch me no more. The devil's in the church, sitting right on the side of you. I guarantee you. You know why? Because the devil's in you. The devil's in you. He's in me. He's in all of us. The movie Italian Job, the second one with Wahlberg in it. The old man, I love the old man, Sutherland, the old man. He says, he goes, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the devil inside of you. That's the ego. That's the pride. That's I want all the gold. I want to do this van life and be the successful $1 million. And God bless you if you got the followers, man. I'm not. Good for you. You did it right. You figured out a little something to make it work. I guess I'm just lazy in that area. I don't know. I'm not trying to knock it, because it's a lot of work to get there. I mean, I saw, again, I'll mention Chrome. I watched Chrome grow from a very tiny channel when I came on. Early on, I think he was looking at graffiti a lot or something. I don't even know if he has those videos up anymore. But he's watching a ton of graffiti, going to different places where there's all that graffiti going on, all the art and all that. And, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, because it's, the whole, I don't know, just, but he did a bang-up job with his channel. I mean, he's doing a really good job. He's staying committed to it, and, there's people, oh, they got a house, like, the guy, oh man, Tiny House Life? No. Truck House Life? I forget the kid's name. It's Alaska, Canada. Alaska, Canada. Alaska. USA. Well, soon to be Russia. If after they're done with Ukraine, he's gonna look. I want my Alaskan property back. You don't know these dictators, man. And don't worry, we have a dictator right here in the USA now. So don't worry about that. They're all the same person. I don't care. You got Putin. You got the North Korea guy. You get the South Korea guy. You get Japan. You get China, Russia, USA, Canada, England, Britain, Afghanistan. They're all dictators. They're all in the same system, the same money system. It's all the same thing. It's just how the government of that area decides to run. It's like a company in America, okay? I worked for a milk company. They were the biggest a-holes I ever worked for in my life, but they paid well. So, they weren't an a-hole as far as up my butt all day, but they were an a-hole as far as they didn't want to make any changes to better make our job easier. I mean, there was so much they could have done to make that job so much easier. And to this day, they still run it the same way. They went belly up. A whole new company came in and bought them. They're still running it the exact same way as if they just one administration to the next. It doesn't matter. Everybody calls it the deep state running this country. The deep state's running the whole world. It's that those Illuminati guys and all that other crap. They don't care. They don't need to be seen because they own everything. They don't have to be seen. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. This party's over. As far as we're gonna get it figured out. Go live your best life. Take the Lord with you. Jesus was simple. He was simple food, simple submit to the Lord, simple relationship, submit to the Lord relationship, and roof of food, shelter, and your relationship with the Lord. Really, I mean, what else do you need? Food, shelter. I was saying three. I don't know. I'll come back to that someday. I probably said in other videos, but very basic stuff. I mean, I was like, oh, I'm bored. But what do you want to do? Oh, let's go. Let's go to a bar. Oh, let's go to a game. Let's go to this. Well, what are you gonna do over there? You're gonna sit in the seat. You're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna spend a lot more money that you otherwise wouldn't have to even go get if you're living a simple life. I mean, we went out to eat. Me and my two brothers went out to eat last weekend, and we ended up spending, what was it? Like 15 just for breakfast. With tip was like $18 a person. I'm like, shit. We went to me and my brother went to Wendy's, and it was like I got a meal, the number one, and he got a couple of burgers or whatever. It was like $23. I'm like, what the hell happened here? I used to go to Wendy's I used to get two burgers for $5. It, Inflation isn't hitting. And again, the next job I get, the last one I had, I was getting paid $20 an hour, and for after 40 hours, time and a half. So that tells me that when I go back to that job, it should be $30 an hour, and 45 after time and a half, after 40. Inflation, right? Oh, that's right. No, what it does, it takes you $20, waters it down, so your $20 is actually $15, and then you got to pay tax on the $20 though, so you're getting screwed double. You're getting screwed by the inflation, and you're getting screwed by the government saying that you owe the solid money, because if it's still worth $20, you know. The effective value of the dollar is under 3 cents right now. A dollar's actual real value is under 3 cents. So where does that put gold? That puts gold around 10 grand, and I think I was being nice about that number. You know what I mean? This stuff's out of whack. It's been out of whack for a long time. But when are we gonna wake up? When are we gonna wake up and realize that stuff's not right? We may never. I say we're never gonna, because we just keep doing the same thing. We're human. The human just keeps doing the same thing, hits the same wall. We hit the same wall for 6,000 years. And when are we going to realize that the best movie is Free Guy? Okay? At the end of the movie, they're just living. They come into this new place, they're just living. There's no work like we would know it, or like we know it. There's no work. It's like you're free. Everything's provided for. Because it is. But because of the fall, because of the ego, because of the control freaks, the Hitlers of the world, we have modern day Hitlers. Look at every leader, every big company. They're all monopolizing everything. We are in full blown plunder. Okay, we are plundering each other. Look at what happens when you want to sell something. Listen, I bought a chop saw. The sucker right now, I looked it up. I paid $3.49 for that chop saw. Got to be 5 years ago now. That same chop saw is worth. I could get almost five or $5.49 for the thing now. That exact same chop saw. It's like, so I was selling for $400 with 5 brand new blades for it. The blades alone, I paid $10 a piece for them. The blades are freaking through the roof. I'm like, holy crap. I mean, somebody's gonna score big just on blades here, But I'm okay with it, because I'm making my money back. I used it. I'm getting all my money back. So I don't care. But I mean, some people say, well, it's worth this, so I'm going to get the full value of it. So who says what's the full value? I used to tell people, say, I'm happy with making $20 an hour. You know, now the inflation hit, I'm going to have to up it because, well, I need to eat. My bananas are going to cost more money. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't even know what I paid. I don't even look. I spent $100, but I bought that bag of cherries. That bag of frozen cherries was $10. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it once, but that's it. I ain't doing that again. That's expensive. You know what I mean? But it's a wow. Um, but they don't put enough cherries in the cherry ice cream anymore. It's vanilla ice cream with cherries in it, and I love it when it comes out this time of year. But they didn't put enough in it, so um, I had to make do. So I added it, and it was yummy. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, I don't know. This may be just a lot more rambling, but it's like um, you really got to get your head wrapped around the simplicity of being a follower of Jesus Christ. It's not a hard thing at all. It really isn't. Yeah, your desires are gonna change, your habits will change, but you gotta let Him change your habits. You know, when you try doing it, you're doing nothing more than joining an AAA class. You know, you're an alcoholic for the rest of your life in AAA. You know, so I'm gonna try and I gotta let this video go for now. But love you guys. Just hang in there and just trust the Lord. All right, love yous.